Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on Aisha's Academy. And today we are learning about ratios. And what they mean. So basically, when it comes to ratios basically means sharing. That's the easiest way I can think of explaining what a ratio is. So it's all about sharing. So in this example below, if we have a pizza, this pizza has 7 slices. So let's say there was a situation where I was to have 4 slices of pizza and a friend took 3 slices. As a ratio, that would be written as 4 with the colon 3. So ratios you always write with a colon. And the reason why 4 is the first number is because in the statement above, 4 was the first number mentioned. So you always write ratios in order of which numbers are mentioned first, and so on. So just always note that with ratios, you have colons. Okay, so looking at an example of a past paper question, so example 1 says a piece of wood has a length 45 centimeters and the ratio is 7:2. So in terms of working this out, in terms of the length of each part, the first thing you're going to do is add the numbers in the ratio together. So 7 plus 2 would give you an answer of 9. Then after you've added the 2 ratio numbers together, you're going to do the total quantity, so in this case it's the length of the wood, which is 45, divided by the total of the ratio numbers. So in this example, that would be 45 divided by 9, which gives an answer of 5. So this means that 5 is equivalent to 1 part of the ratio. So in order to work out the length of each part, what you need to do is multiply the equivalent of 1 part by each number in the ratio. So that would be 5 times 7, which would give you 35 centimeters. And then you would do 5 times 2, and that would give you an answer of 10 centimeters. So that would be the length of each part. And note that when you add up the length of each part together, so 45 plus 10, you get 35 plus 10, you get 45. So that should be the case. So example 2. So in this question, Alex and Ben are basically sharing £240 with a ratio of 5:2. So the first thing that I would do is write out the ratio, and then I would add them together. So 5 plus 7 gives you an answer of 12. Then you do the total, which is 240, divided by the equivalent of 1 part, which is 12, gives you an answer of 20. Then you're going to write out the ratio, and then you're going to do each part times what 1 part is equivalent to. So that's 5 times 20, which is 100. And then you're going to do 20 times 7, which is 140. So Alex is the first name mentioned in the question, and so therefore he will be equivalent to 5 parts and Ben is equivalent to 7 parts, which means Ben would have taken £140. And example 3. So you've got Amy, Beth and Colin, which are sharing 36 sweets with a ratio of 2:3:4. So the colon, we tend to call it 2 in maths. So if you've got a ratio, because it's written in the order of Amy, Beth and Colin, that's who would get each share. Add all the ratios together. Then you're going to do 36, because that's the total number of sweets, divided by 9, which will give you 4. Write out your ratios, and then you're going to just multiply each part by 4, because remember 4 is equivalent to 1 part. So the first one would give you 8 sweets. The second one would give you 12 sweets. And the last one, Colin, would get a total of, see if you can work out before it comes up, 16 sweets. Example 4. So in this case, Rosa is preparing a pizza, and then she's got ratios of how much cheese, toppings, and doughs that she's going to have. So first of all, write out the ratio, and again, write it in the order, so cheese, toppings, then dough. Now in this case, it's given us how many grams of dough she has. So that means a certain number times 5 is going to make 70. So in order to work out what that number is, work backwards. So you do 70 divided by 5. And by doing this, this is going to help us to work out what the equivalent of 1 part is, which is going to be 14 in this case. And therefore, because 14 is equivalent to 1 part, we're going to end up doing 2 times 14, and we're going to do 3 times 14 in order to work out the mass in grams of cheese and toppings. So that gives us an answer of 42 grams and 28 grams. And the last example, example 5. So in this case, I brought this question up for a reason, because you've got the ratio of the number of coins, but you need to work out the values. So the first thing I do is write out the ratio, which is 2 to 3. So you've got 2 5p coins, and you've got 3 10p coins. Then to work out the value, so the value is basically the total amount of money you have. So for the 5p's, that would be equivalent to 10p, because you've got 2 lots of 5p's. And if you have 3 lots of 10p's, you would have a total of 30p. Then those two numbers, put them together in the ratio, because for every 10 pence you have 30 pence. And then to simplify this ratio, you need to divide them by the same number, kind of like when you simplify fractions. So in this case, you can divide them both by 10. So the final answer would be 1 to 3. And that's it. So I hope that video helped. Remember that simplifying ratios is the same as simplifying fractions. And if I went too fast, just go back and watch it again. But once again, if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know any type of videos you would like to see on this channel. Thanks for watching.